Hello YouTubers, I thought I'd give a review of the Lincoln Precision TIG 225 AC/DC TIG welder, stick welder. Here it is here under cover. I absolutely recommend when you buy anything like from Lincoln or whoever, if you buy a new machine, get a cover for it. These covers are not as much as you think. This cover was only $75. That's Canadian dollars. I don't know what it'd be in the States. Probably only $65. And the reason I bought the cover for my machine was I bought this machine used. It was about 10 years old, the Lincoln Precision Power MIG 255. And when I bought it, the thing was absolutely mint underneath. I can't really show you there now. I get too much junk piled up on it there, but you can see this here. I've only had this machine for 6 months. The cover's already covered in all kinds of shop dirt. And that mostly consists of metal flake particles, and they're very abrasive. And it's a good way to wreck your machine. It'll put that, the scuffy marks on top, and just if you're gonna spend thousands of dollars on a machine, don't skimp. Spend another $75 and get that cover, because look how nice and clean this machine looks right now, and it'll stay that way for years. And if you ever go to resell it, it'll definitely bring up the value. You'll get that $75 back easy. So anyway, here it is. I've got it plugged in, ready to go. Power switch here. It essentially looks a lot like the square wave 175 that they had, and it's probably all it is the same thing with the extra gear on top here. I'm guessing the case and the transformer is essentially the same. So turn it on here. It's got a digital readout for amps and other things. One nice feature about it is when you turn it on, unlike some of my other machines, the fan shuts off right away. So it comes on, decides if it needs it or not, and then it shuts off. So you don't have to listen to that fan noise all the time. And it also keeps the innards of the machine clean. When you have those fans going 24 hours a day, all that shop dust is getting pulled into the machine, and with static and stuff in there, it'll just stick right in it. But just an overall view of the machine. It's got a cup holder here. I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose of trying to keep this machine mint if you're going to put beers and pops and whatever up there, because you're just going to spill them into the machine. I honestly kind of like the idea, but wouldn't see myself ever wanting to use it. I'd be too afraid of spilling something into the machine. Not that it can get in there very easily, but there's a few screw holes there. But it doubles as a lid for some consumables. You can, keep some TIG parts in there. This is a little bit of insight into the way this company thinks. They actually give you this lifting eye. Like, instead of just saying, well, there's a hole under here for putting in a lifting eye, they actually gave it to you. Instead of making you go out and buy this $5 lifting eye, so you just keep that in there. It's got a list of the consumables that you would use, the actual breakdown of the numbers, so you don't have to go searching too hard to find out what kind of gear your machine runs. But it runs pretty much the standard. This is the standard TIG stuff going around now. It's pretty much standardized. We all know what kind of gear that is. I don't know if there's any specific brand name for that sort of gear, but it's getting to be universal now, which is good. Unlike 15 years ago when every different torch had a different type of collet, and oh, what a pain in the ass that was. But side view, it's got a nice little hanger here, which it's funny that they never would put something like that on a machine in the past, but I mean, it's so simple of a good idea. Just place to hang your torch instead of draping it over the machine. It's the NASCAR version of the machine. I think they stick that sticker on everything now. It's a pretty basic setup, but in my opinion, it's all you need to do good TIG work. It's got a balance control. It's got an auto thing here, so you can set it on auto. Generally, I wouldn't have it on auto. You have your cleaning end and your penetration end. You're just dialing in the shaping the arc, basically. This would be, more on the DC side, more on the more on the straight polarity side, more on the reverse polarity side. Then it's got a mode switch here for TIG and stick. So if I change that, the pulse light goes out. Basically, it's just going to run 206 amps on DC straight polarity, according to the way this is set up right now. You can switch that to TIG, and then you'll see the pulse light. It goes from off to 20 hertz, and very nice thing to have. If you're ever going to buy a TIG welder, make sure you get it with a pulsar. It's amazing what a pulsar can do with a stainless steel weld. It's like day and night how clean it is, how uniform the shape of it is. You hardly get any keyholing. It's just so nice. So then you've just got an output dial here, just adjust your amps. And right here you got a post flow control, which goes from 1 second all the way to 30 seconds. I don't know why you'd want 30 seconds, maybe for titanium or something, but other than that, just your basic switch, AC, reverse polarity. Oh, another nice thing it has is a drawer built into the bottom here. Keep your foot pedal in. Comes with the foot pedal. This is an air-cooled torch. I don't know if there's any way to make it liquid-cooled. Because of the amperage output, it really doesn't need it anyway. So keep your torch light and small. Comes with the basic Magnum torch. Very light, nice torch. It's actually the shapeable head. That's another thing. If you're going to get a TIG welder and you're going to get a TIG or just a TIG torch, never buy a solid torch. Always buy the one that you can bend the head and shape it to go around things, especially if you do a lot of small stuff. If you're doing big industrial stuff, you don't really need it, but if you're doing any kind of like small pipe work, job shop type TIG welding, definitely get the shapeable head. Around the back here, another nice little simple feature, but nice thing to have is just some slots. They actually fit the standard size TIG rod box. You can just slip them right down in there. You could have one, one for carbon and one for aluminum or stainless or what have you. Personally, I think it should have came with 3 because you could have had carbon and stainless and aluminum. But if you're doing any amount of TIG welding, you're going to have probably 5 or 6 different boxes anyway, so you'd never fit them in there anyway. And just a little bottle rack in the back there. I only run the small bottle because I don't really do tons of TIG welding anymore. But anyway, that's the Precision TIG 225. Very nice machine. Oh, and one other thing about this machine, you'll see it in some of my other videos because I'm going to be doing another video later today actually of an aluminum job I'm doing, but the arc starting abilities on this machine are amazing. Like, there's no stall in the arc starting. It's just like boom, it's going. So I don't know if that's just because it's a new machine, but a lot of machines I've used in the past, the arc starting is too aggressive and creates a lot of cloudiness around your welds on aluminum welds, and just that heavy, higher amperage arc. This here is a very high frequency. Somehow I don't know, it works fabulous. So that's it.